Hey guys, Eric here from Trubody Fitness. Just wanted to send you guys a quick message out here in regards to the fitness industry. A big mentor of mine, Mike Boyle, that I really look up to. I really like his stuff. His commitment in the fitness industry, the willingness to help others. Really good stuff. Definitely look him up if you're really interested in learning a lot more about health and fitness and sport specific in terms of hockey and stuff like that. He really has it all, as well as www.strengthcoach.com, which is an amazing forum for personal trainers, people that want to work out. Any question that you kind of really have on health and fitness, he can definitely answer for you, or people in his forums can definitely answer for you. Anyways. What I want to, excuse me, what I really want to get to is an email that he sent to me the other day. He's talking about the fitness industry and how it's basically scammed. How marketing is so dwelled into health and fitness that we're so desensitized about what's actually right and what's actually wrong. He goes on and talks about machine training and how it used to be the craze, and that's why we see machines in gyms these days, and that's why they have curves, and it's the 12-minute fitness, the 12 machines to 12 minutes of fitness, and this is the best way to get results, and it's easy and it's effective. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's really who it's been effective to is physical therapists and doctors, because I mean these are the people that are making money off these people going to the gym, because they're actually just doing the same movement over and over and over again, and they're actually putting more and more stress on their joints, their ligaments, tendons. And if you know anything about energy leaking is basically meaning that your body is not positioned properly to withstand that certain exercise. So for example, if I'm not in the right position, my knee isn't in line properly with my tibia, or it's not lined up properly over my foot or my toe and type thing, you're actually putting stress not on the muscle but actually on the ligaments, tendons, and joints, and that's where we get problems. So he goes on and talks really a lot about that, and how we've really kind of just been told a big fat lie about machine training and how it's the best. He goes then on to talk about aerobic training and how aerobic training was the best, and running was the way to go, long bouts on the treadmill. But again, like he said before, this has just turned physical therapists and doctors into moneymakers. Why? Well, because things like running and stuff like that, because people think aerobic fitness, they think, okay, I'm just going to go run for 45 minutes. Well, what has this done for people? Since you're not aligned properly and not ready for exercise in terms of running for long periods of time, what's happened is you've developed iliotibial band tract syndrome, which is a big sheath of fascia that runs down the side of your hip and attaches right near your knee. What happens here is this muscle gets really tight and causes the fascia gets really tight, causes knee problems. So there's one thing. We got knee problems now on runners. Then we got patellofemoral syndrome, which is basically where the insertion is on the femoral head. We're basically right on your patella. If I can show you, right here, people get lots of pain right here and they can't run, right? It's because they've basically got so much stuff going on up here, it's pulling on it. Also, another thing that really gets played in on runners is plantar fasciitis, which is the bottom of your foot, and how the fascia just becomes really restricted and becomes too tight, and then they can't run anymore. So again, things like this that are becoming problems for runners and stuff like that, they're now screwed and can't run. So where do they go? They go to physical therapists, doctors, wherever they go to get things fixed. I mean, it's just we're creating more dysfunction, and then we're giving more spending our hard-earned money on rehabilitating ourselves rather than fixing ourselves or helping ourselves, right? You're just kind of getting back to square one. And then he goes on more about group exercise and stuff like that, and how it's safe and effective, and blah blah blah. But it's actually created more injuries, because we're not really focusing on every single person and making sure they're doing it properly. We just can't. I mean, you've seen it in aerobics classes. There's one instructor and 35 people doing the class. How is that efficient at all? Man, like, I have seen some bad stuff. So I mean, if you're ever in any of those classes, unless you 100% are a sound athlete or you know exactly what to do, I would strongly recommend going to see a personal trainer, not going to a group class. I'm telling you right now, I can't tell you how many physical therapists and doctors, are making money off these group exercise people, because they're just putting more dysfunction on them, and it's really sad to see. And Another thing that really gets me, and Mike Boyle talks about in an article that I just read, was how people are saying, 30 minutes of walking equals exercise. Are you kidding me? That is crazy. How is 30 minutes of exercise good for you? I mean, yeah, it's better than sitting on the couch. Congrats, right? I understand that. But in any means, if you think that you're getting a huge benefit and you're becoming stronger, you're going to live longer because you walk 30 minutes a day, you're in for a big surprise. I walked up and down the stairs quite a few times today at home or at work. Great, but did you just walk up them nice and slowly? Did you work as hard as you possibly could to your physical capabilities? Probably not, right? So if you're ever thinking to yourself, and I mean this is just a self-pity way to say I did exercise, I went gardening, I gardened the whole day. I'm sorry, but unless you gave everything you got and you had nothing left in you in, 2 minutes, then you weren't really exercising properly. Yeah, you were burning calories, but you weren't working really hard to your most potential, right? And studies have proven that if you want to, reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, if you want to increase your, the length of living, then this is the thing to do. Hard exercise bouts are the way to go. Not so much frequency, how many times a week do you do it, but basically the intensity at which you do it at, and that's super important that we think about that. We just got to think about these things. I mean, sometimes, like I said at the beginning of this video, we tend to, listen to the commercialized marketing in fitness and health and how it's just so corrupt. And we need to really get away from that. We need to start listening to the people that understand and actually know what the fitness industry is all about. So please do yourself, a favor. If you're not really sure, get some help. If you're not really sure on how to do a certain exercise, or you find that you're causing more dysfunction to your body than you are function, get someone that might know the answer, right? It's the only way to go, personally. It's like anything. You're not gonna do your own accounting if you don't know how to do an account. If you don't know how to do your own taxes, you're gonna get someone to help you. And that's really the biggest thing that I'm kind of looking at here, guys. Is if you don't know, get help. Not help forever. Get help for a bit. Get a sound program for you that's based on your personal needs, and then go and do it. And know that you feel satisfied and strong enough that you can do this and that you're doing it correctly. Anyways, guys, that's it, my little rant for this weekend, and I'll hope to talk to you guys soon. Alright? Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.